Hello everybody, I'm back, a bit more casual than usual. I had a burnout and I had to quit for a bit time. So this is the first showcase that I will do today. Because I learned we have new patch notes and I want to give like a fair opinion before we start the new series of videos that I want to make. Yeah, I mean the discussion will be like at the moment I didn't like analyze anything yet. I just made the fast reading and I want to give an honest opinion about everything they design. Okay, I'm gonna rate the skills with you and we will see what is actually changing on Thief. First thing that they changed is Improvisation. This trait now reduces the cooldown of all utility skills by a certain percentage when you steal, instead of recharging a random skill. Okay, Improvisation is this one skill. This skill was using the skill twice and was recharging one random utility skill. Okay, this skill was super good when we were playing like a thief with quickness in some bosses like Adina, Murshad, and maybe in other bosses that I don't remember now. Yeah, okay. I mean, it was that skill changed to be like stopped to be good when they nerfed the boon that was giving quickness from 10 people to 5, and people stopped playing like the boon thief that was having like acrobatics and sword probably, or like a staff variant that existed that actually could like also steal. I don't know. I personally played it much as a tank, but was not actually the best. I can say it was kind of an extra like luxury that you could have, but nothing very important. And the main reason they changed that is to not be abused by the dice for the quickness build. Like I'm saying it from now because I was sure like that was the actual change behind it. Well, okay, fine. Smart what they're doing, like they nerf a very basic skill. But also like the die will find like another way to give quickness. That I will say like a bit after. Okay, let's continue. Next skill. Okay, then we have like the big wreck of the sword thief. Like it's coming. People like decided in ArenaNet that sword is not a weapon for thieves. Thieves can't use swords for some reason. And yes, okay, let's see what they do. Acrobatics, endless stamina. Let's go. Where is my tiger? Here, perfect. Okay, endless stamina is this skill. Dun dun dun! This skill. The effects the Vigor on you are expanded. Gain bonus concentration. So, what we had here? 240 concentration. And the Vigor had 50% effectiveness. So, we could dodge, or like a track, 2 mods. And we had also concentration. So we could totally maintain the boons. Again, that nerf is hitting the die that is giving quickness. They try to make the people to use concentration stats instead of just take like 2 traits. But okay, I mean, fine, the concentration could be removed, but they deleted what? The effectiveness of the Vigor. What they do, it doesn't make sense. We need that trait for so many builds that are dodge based. Thieves can't dodge anymore. Okay, deep breath. Let's continue, because that's only the start. Pain response. This trait has been reworked. Okay. It now removes a damaging condition from the thief when completing a dodge roll. Thanks. Let's see what skill is that. Is that skill pain response? Okay, that skills when you are reaching like a threshold less than 75%, you will remove any condition and you will getting regeneration. I mean, instead of losing all the conditions that you had, right? and get regeneration instead. That actually was amazing to have, especially when dodging, especially when running in poison field, especially when being inside 1000 scourges in War vs. War that were actually corrupting you. You had like a scapegoat skill that you would actually heal, or spamming dodges around. You had like that chance to make like a healing. But no, what they do, they remove the healing, they remove the perma-cleanse of the conditions, and what they do, if you succeed the roads, you remove one condition. I have no words, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, that's a super huge nerf for acrobatics. Especially for open goal. Okay, it's not a PvE nerf like for groups. It's not even a War vs. War nerf that much. It is, but okay, you can live without it. You can take Shadow Arts or something else instead of acrobatics. But for surviving in the open world, that trait was core, was super good, was actually the hero. Let's go for the next. Garter Initiation. This trait has been reworked. Yes, what's new? It now grants to Thief resistance when using a movement skill with a 5-second internal cooldown. Okay. That skill was this one. Remove condition when striking an enemy while your health is above the threshold. So if you had life enough, like XP, and you were hitting an enemy, you were just like removing the conditions from you. Like one condition, yes, but if that was like 10 stacks of vulnerability, was amazing. If it was low, was super good. And the interval was 1 second. Now what you will get? Resistance. And you will have an initial of 5 seconds. And kind of like, I mean, yes, resistance. You really need resistance on Thief that can be even corrupted, either stolen, either stripped. Instead of having like a standard condi removing from yourself. That's I don't know, like, why? It's not that many people were using this trait, because you have another very amazing trait exactly down that people were abusing for many reasons, and we will see now about this trait, because knows what happens after. Swirlless Equilibrium. This trait now recharges still by 1 second per trigger with 1 second cooldown. So every time you steal, because you steal many times, obviously, what do you mean? Every time you steal, you recharge still by 1 second. So you tell me that a steal that can have 20 seconds, right? Or 25 if you don't have the cooldown of the skill. It will have 20 or 24, depends. It's not even important. And what will lose from that? 50% recharge reduced of the stealing. Like, instead of 50% recharge and the bonus power to swords, I mean, okay, so goodbye Sword Thieves, goodbye War vs. Wars of Thieves, goodbye Thieves in open world, goodbye Thieves in general. I mean, we just wreck you. I don't want Thief to use a sword anymore. And what's the plan behind that? What they're doing? Karen on it. You had one job. Like, your job is to remove the weapon from Thief, or to actually make it playable. Hello. Okay, next one. Assassin Reward. That's like, yes, the idea of ArenaNet about Thief is that class is dodging mats. Let's remove the dodge. Is healing mats. Let's remove the heal. Is when he's striking, he removes condition. Let's give him resistance. But let's give him healing per initiative. And how much? Not like 200, 300 something to make him more survivable. Get a 50, and if you like it. Okay, and it's not like, okay, yeah, okay, let's say we got a heal that maybe some people can use. But you have this skill down over the upper one, that is literally the upper hand because it's a lot better. It gives heals, regeneration, that is over time, that is really good, and I prefer it a lot more, and gives also initiative that you also prefer it. Like comparing this one with this one, I don't know. I think the second one wins overall. So I don't think anyone will prefer to take the first one instead of the second one, in no matter situation. So the boost is fake, and all the nerfs are like, yes, let's wreck acrobatics. And then we have upper hand, oh my god, reduces internal cooldown 5 seconds for second PvP wars. Okay, yeah, I mean, PvP and War vs. World, like, I don't think like they really use it. And they will not use any more acrobatics after that change. Like, what the heck? Like, okay, if you successfully read those, you lose one condition. Yes, because everyone is playing only burns or firebrand. It doesn't have like 1000 condition hitting you. Also we have like this one that is giving resistance, that is super useless. We lost this one. This one, it's totally reworked, like endurance when you're shadow step. I mean, as I see it, for War vs. World now, this one is the choice. Everything else sucks. Like, they totally destroy those two. You were between those two and now you take always a third. Fine. Okay, and here, yeah, okay. I mean, here it says this one, like, I mean, yeah, after the nerf of this, honestly, that you lose like the 50% effectiveness on the Vigor, for me acrobatics are dead. None will ever use acrobatics, and all my acrobatics builds will have to rework. I will see how, but they will have to rework. That's for sure. Maybe I will take this one, because like I will now need endurance that they don't have like the Vigor here, right? So in this patch, Daredevil becomes a playable class. Yes, as you hear, it's a playable class now. We have boost in the power of the stuff, like bound, like increased power from 175 to 35, and that is, I think, yes, this one. Bound, it said, right? Bound. So the dodge that you do, and actually is dodging, and is giving you that buff that is kind of huge. Now it's double. Good job. Like, ArenaNet is trying to tell you, if you pick like another skill that is actually everyone loves it, you will not benefit as much, are getting like the bounding dodger. Anyway, everyone was using this for raids, right? And for PvE. Except me, that I don't like it that much. But yes, everyone is using it. Next one, Starstrike. Okay, this one actually, it's one of my favorite changes in this patch. Starstrike is power to 1-0, like from... That is 25% damage boost. It's insane big. You can't understand it, but... by a small number, that is whatever, but it's 25% boost. And Starstrike is the first of that. So actually every attack you do, people did like some stupid videos like on calculations with interruptions, like they were making only the first and the second attack, and they skipped the third, and the damage of Daredevil reached like 40k. I think it's a kind of stupid to use that for many reasons, especially because the punishing strikes, are making reflect. Like the reflect they're doing, it's kind of super cool. Let's say in Mitrin, the fractal, like you reflect the Horix things back all the time, and the team doesn't get damage. On Travanova reactor boss also, the last one, the GW2 makes it's reflectable if the Daredevil is in front of the group, and people stand like in the hitbox or a bit behind of him. On arc also, you can be like them and reflect with that if you calculate it on the time and you know when to start making the roll. I mean, it's like I mean, the main dish of that is the punishing strikes. If you use Daredevil and you don't use punishing strikes, you do something wrong. Except if you grid like the DPS, but yeah, nah, never. I'm not that type of person. Next one, Brawler Tenacity. Okay, I can say this one I didn't check it, so this skill no longer reduces the cooldown of physical skills. Okay. Okay, I don't know, like, because it no longer reduces the cooldown of physical skills. But can you tell us what it does? Because, I mean, yes, okay, this is skill endurance activated again, reduce resistance. Okay, so it just gives like the physical skills will give some endurance. So actually, if you use the heal of the Daredevil, you will not actually have less cooldown, and also you lose like the skill of this one. That actually was one of the best DPS that you could have. I mean, yes, okay, fine. I mean, I'm not using it anywhere. None was using it anywhere. I'm using it in War vs. World, right? Yes, I'm using it in War vs. World. But I will just pick like one of those, probably the condition one, with the extra healing, maybe. Because like the cooldowns, especially for the dodge skills, are like huge for PvPs. Okay, next one, Channel Vigor, reduce cooldown PvP and War vs. World. Okay, yeah, okay, no big deal. I swear, like it's a healing, no big deal. Bandit's defense, okay, in PvP and War vs. World again, just reduce the cooldown. This one is the shield, the block that Thief has. Yeah, a bit less cooldown. I mean, this skill it's the most super annoying thing that the Daredevil can use in PvP, and they give him like a bit boost. I hope like people never use it. It kind of annoys me, especially on finishers. Fist Flurry, reduce cooldown 20 seconds to 16 seconds. Fist Flurry, okay, yeah, that's a kind of cool skill, but like, okay, yeah, fine. I mean, it was the main DPS. The thing is that, as I understand, because they removed the cooldown from this one, they give like the cooldown flat to the skills. So actually, what I was getting in War vs. World by using it, I don't need anymore to use it. Kind of cool, actually, yeah. I mean, those are PvP skills, so, but this one is for all, so cool. In PvE can make a bit impact, because it's 4 seconds. Yeah, it's good for PvE too. Impaling daggers, that's a CC skill. I was using it really much when I was making solo content. It's for solo content. You don't usually use it in. I mean, it's not good at all. Like if they want to make it useful, like they will give it like either more CC, either more damage. And how it is now, it's kind of not the best. So this skill, it's impairing daggers. It's this one here. Yes. That actually it's range, okay? Because it's a range skill. In PvP with the root also and everything, maybe with War vs. World. In PvE it's to break CC bars. Definitely for one thing, nothing else. And it's very slow to cast. Impact Strike. Reduce the cooldown from 30 seconds to 25 seconds. Impact Strike. Okay, yeah, I think this one I used it like twice in my whole life. It's not like the most useful thing. It's yes, this one. It has 3 phases of CC. That is actually good. Has high CC. It's kind of slow and doesn't deal much damage while CCing. I don't recommend to use it like anywhere. It was very good to break like huge bars like on Balthazar when I was doing the solo challenge. But apart from that, I mean, in a team content, Venom It's like 100 times better than this one. That's for solo. That's for group. That's for solo. That's for group. Easy. So, next one. Let's go. Detonate plasma. Okay, now we have. Yes, okay, fine. Detonate plasma. This one was giving quickness, and I don't know why they have it in Daredevil. It was not a Daredevil skill. Like, I mean, Core had it too. Maybe it doesn't change on Core, it changes only on Daredevil. But this was a steel skill that was giving like the quickness. It was for 10 people, decreased to 5 people, and now they remove the quickness. I don't know. Strong magnetic bomb. Yeah, okay, those are still skills that kind of are for raids, so I don't really care much about them. Let's just ignore them and continue to the next one. Time in a bottle, really? Really? I mean, okay. Okay, let's go to the die. What we have to discuss about the die is it gets like a good rework in the part that is giving the quickness. The die is now a quickness class, a possible quickness class that actually can give quickness with a very like easy combination that they decided to do. What they're doing, I will say in short before like we see the patch notes. First of all, this trait here is getting a standardized stolen skill that is giving quickness. This trait here is giving damage to the stolen skills, and also you can use the stolen skill without needing to use like the laser and like hit the target. So when you get it, you use it. So by having like 2 cantrips or 3 cantrips, I will say 3 in the worst scenario, you can maintain perfect quickness alone. You have also this trait that is actually anyways used and gives like concentration, except of the damage per boon, and like, I mean, we use it anyway, so it's really good already. Also, Thief can use like some pack runes and stuff and like give extra boons, can maintain more might. I think it's something that I think. I didn't test it yet, but I'm pretty sure pack runes will be the best in slot. So firing effect changes, this one changes, and also we have for the DPS people who are playing DPS, the die that was already insane in the benchmark as we saw in this period, we will have like an even stronger the die as a DPS, because the Maleficus 7 needs 7 bullets, and this trait is giving you +1 bullet. Like, you start without needing 7, without needing 6, but we needing 5. That is very easy, because in one attack chain you have it instantly. You don't have that one extra hit that is always bugging us to like have the Maleficent 7 permanently. Okay, also the stolen skills are like giving boons now on to the allies, not to yourself only. The supportive part of the thief, it becomes amazing. I will open the patch notes. Let's see, so what we say in numbers now. Stolen skills. Stolen skills now grant their beneficial effect in radius around the caster, reducing the casting time by approximately 25%. Super good, because the casting time means like casting time. That's like super good to have. You cast them like instantly. Steal time increases quickness duration from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. This is the steal skill that we actually need. It's the skill that is giving the quickness to yourself when you cast it, and it was always 3 seconds, and with the boon duration obviously you had, so now it's 5 seconds. That means that if we put it like in math, right, this one will give you standardized stolen skill, and you have like 180 concentration from this already, and the other skill is 5, so if you use 3 cantrips is 15 alone. How much concentration we need? to reach the 30. It's simple, 50%. With 50% concentration and 3 cantrips, you have like perma quickness, and already like this one has 2 stacks. I don't know, maybe we can totally skip because of this with the 3 stacks. And I mean, I wouldn't do it, but there is a but, okay? If we can do this with 1 cantrip, we can focus in a full DPS build. I don't know, cause we lose the concentration, but I mean, there are so many options. I will have like to try until to find like the perfect combination. I will do it and I will tell you my result. But my idea behind it is 3-3-3 here, the 3 of those traits, to have like back runes for the boon duration, and to go like full berserker and DPS. That is what I will probably do as quickness thief. Let's see, they have other minor changes. Okay, yeah, fine, like steel resistance, none will use this because we will have like the traded thing and we will get only the quickness. Malicious intent increases malice gain. Yeah, it's the thing that I said that we get like now 2 malice instead of 1. File for effect. Okay, this is a permanent quickness thing that we always get like from the stolen thing, and we can use it like it gives to all allies to like, yeah, I mean it's okay, it doesn't need to target. Okay, you don't need to target anymore. You can just press it and give quickness. Shadow Flare, okay, this is a useless sense of the die. I mean, it's for me useless, like maybe someone is using it. Shadow Flare is that skill, right? It's a cantrip that has 2 uses actually, 1 to hit and 1 to cast. Maybe it will be good to replace 1 skill instead of 2 for the die. We will see how it will be. Theory crafting. This skill has not really much damage and is not really worth it. It's very good to use it on War vs World in blobs. That none is using the die in blobs. Don't do it, but if you do it, it's very good for blobs because it makes an AoE and you get many loot bags. Don't say to the commander. Also, it's very used for events like how to say, Halloween, I guess. Yes, just throw it to the monsters and keep ticking. I don't know, like it's not the best one, okay? And if you want to blink, you don't use this one because you reveal yourself, because you're doing damage, and it's not at all good because you lose your backstab. You prefer Shadow Step, I think. Like there is this if you want to make instant that breaks them as well and gives you initiative to dodge and dodge. Like it's like, I mean, no, I wouldn't use it. Maybe except if it's used for quickness. If it's used for a quickness combo, I will figure it and tell you. But still, like, Mercy is the way to go, because it refers also the steal that you can insta steal and like trigger that effect here too, and like again, like I mean it's a full combo. I don't believe like none will like use that skill. Shadow Flare, you're useless. Okay, let's go. Next one. One in the chamber. Yeah, it's the thing that I said. This trait also increases the damage of stolen skills. So actually, this trait here also, except of the stolen skill uses, it is giving like the damage. Next one. Binding Shadow reduces cooldown from 30 seconds to 20 seconds. And from 30 seconds to 25 seconds in PvP and War vs World. This skill now immobilizes. Oh yeah, okay. So you remember that skill that is super annoying when someone succeeds to use it on you. It has like 1 in a billion to succeed, but if it succeeds, you're dead. It's like the one-shot thing of the thief. Thank God they removed the knock. They make it only mobilized, like they probably increase the immobilize, that it's actually removable and everything. But you don't get knocked anymore. So yes, I think very huge change. The thing is that the skill was removing boons, rooting, knocking, vulnerability, decrease the healing because of the poison. That was the mean of the poison, it was not Condi. Like you were like falling down and saying, "Kill me! I don't want my life anymore." At least you don't fall now and down anymore. You just get all the other effects, and yeah, okay. Thank God they just nerf it as it should. Goodbye knockdown. Goodbye abusers of the skill. But I mean, it was not something that I would enjoy to use. Like, let's go to Spectre. That's actually my favorite of the changes, I think. Ally target the Spectre will now grant less effect to additional allies and a radius. Okay, yeah, I mean, who cares for the tethered, right? Like, we kind of ignore the mechanic when we play. It's if we misclick someone instead of the boss, then yeah, we have a tethered person. But none else cares about tethered. Second opinion. This train grants Snatch condition damage instead of healing power. When equipped, well, okay, this trait actually will change Scepter like drastically. It's, guys, it's this trait here, okay? I read and reread and I can't believe what I'm seeing. Okay, so this is my favorite trait on Spectre because it can give support to the team and maintain this buff to the team even as DPS Spectre. But this one now, this skill instead of healing will give damage. So DPS Spectre can probably go 1-1-1 here and be like huge DPS and pure DPS without actually giving a fuck about the Dark Sentry, and I'll probably do that as a DPS. As a support I will keep this one because I like the part of the healing that it's still having. Shallow Grave. Okay, this trait has been reworked. It now causes to siphon target conditions granted or enemy or remove conditions from the Spectre and their targeted ally. Okay, between us, there's no player in the game, no player, that will use that trait. That trait is crap. None cares about that trait. You have this one, that will be the damage. You have this one, that will be the heal. Like, yes, right? Removing your condition from yourself? No. No. I'm not gonna get this. You have like the two strongest traits, and you will use like the whatever person. So, Traversing Dusk. This trait no longer grants alacrity to allies using well skill. Okay, I mean, the thing that I heard actually it's that the wells they give alacrity, so there's no reason to like having alacrity in the trait. Since the wells are giving alacrity, we can have even a full DPS Spectre now that uses all DPS traits and can use the wells just for the alacrity. We actually need to take something instead of taking something better. Like the first one. The last trait, it's giving heal. For open world, it will still be the best option. Far the best option for open world. But for groups, I think people will start like taking the first one. Because like, yes, you will have exactly the same alacrity, then why to bother take like the trait instead of taking the one that actually it's giving you more damage, right? So the Spectre for groups will be 1-1-1 forever and will not change. And for open world we'll keep like the 3-3-1 here. The last thing is the Shade Step. Shade Step is the last change that they do. This trait has been reworked. It now grants spread, the benefit effect, to your Shadow Sword skills to allies around tethered target, and it actually grants boons to yourself and those allies when you use a Shadow Sword skill. So what it tells you, Thief can take a multi-role with this skill. Thief can give like all the boons, can give might, furies, and whatever else skills he wants. Maybe he can stack permamight and whatever. I don't know what they're thinking with that. But it's on the tethered allies. Because like it's around the tethered allies. So you have to tether someone and start like hitting him and giving him boons. Maybe he can even main keep quickness, because the thing that they didn't say at all, it's about this skill. This skill is giving quickness, guys. Believe it or not, it's giving quickness. And gives very decent quickness to one person. So if Thief can give alacrity from the wells, can give quickness, actually we will have like the perfect class again, like we see a second chrono incoming. That can be maybe full minstrel and maintains also all the healings and ignore totally the DPS. I don't know, like this skill it's the most tricky of all. I kind of think that a tank thief will appear that can actually give all the boons, including stability, because this skill is giving stability, right? We will have alacrity, stability, quickness, and we will never hit the boss also. We will only hit the players, because we want to have them perma-tethered. I don't know. So, what I'm thinking about the changes overall, Daredevil, huge boost, amazing boost, probably the best of the three classes. Core Thief, they fucked acrobatics. Goodbye acrobatics, goodbye sword thieves, goodbye war vs war sword thieves, goodbye dodge thieves. Deadeye, PvE boost, and a bit war vs war PvP boost, but mostly PvE boost. And we have the quickness option here, and Spectre becomes like the next broken class in the game. I mean, after the changes that I'm seeing in Spectre, I'm expecting on the next patch people to cry that hard and the game to be like full of Spectres. And like, I mean, yes, okay, get ready to like see huge stiff times. Spectre only. Okay guys, that was my honest opinion about the analysis of the new patch. I hope you enjoy it, have fun, and I'm waiting a new microphone. Sorry you had to deal with that in that showcase. Have fun!